y'all. This is our take. This is Mark the moderator.
Thanks.com. The game is the game always.
Leaf is only family. Brooklyn forever. Take 2.
Avery the process. You can never mute me.
What's wrong with you, man? All right, y'all. So listen, now that all the exuberance and all of the fodder over the finals is done, let's have a conversation about the finals, man. Now that the Bucks is the NBA champions, what's your take?
Excellent series by the Bucks. Excellent series by the Bucks to be down 0-2 in the finals, and that shows some real resilience and heart to come back from that and win 4 games in a row. I feel like they were battle tested the entire playoffs. You know, once they got past the Heat, every series they were in a dogfight somewhat. You know, they were either down or you know, face some adversity where the Suns didn't face an elimination game till they got to the finals. I mean, hats off to the Bucks. You know, everybody picked Phoenix going into that finals. Phoenix was the best team left, and the Bucks just showed true grit and determination, and they won. Hats off to them.
Okay, next.
It was a very entertaining finals. It's not the finals nobody thought that we was gonna have in the beginning of the season, midway through the season, even at the end of the season. But both teams were entertaining. It was a good finals. I enjoyed every single game. The Bucks came to work, especially being down 0-2. You know, we sat here on this show and we questioned their coaching staff not making proper in-game adjustments, and they definitely adjusted to that, and they did their thing. And to win 4 straight after being down 2-0 is an accomplishment. And that's why, you know, I wasn't here last week, but the week before that when Mark, you asked who was the pressure on for game 3, and I said the pressure was on the Suns. Because, you know what I mean, you win, we all know a series don't start till somebody win a road game. You feel what I'm saying? And the Bucks handled their business, man. Greek Freak played out of this world. Bobby Portis came from not being on the team to really helping this team down the stretch. Chris Middleton showed up, and Drew Holiday had one good offensive game, but he did his job throughout the whole goddamn series.
Okay. Avery?
No doubt, man. Yo, shout to the 2 cats that told me that the starting 5 for the Suns is better than the Bucks.
Yo,
shout to
we
those
still
guys,
talking about
man.
this?
I just wanted to say shout to those guys, man. You know what I'm saying?
Avery, let me give you your flowers. So, like, let me give you your flowers. Hey, before you continue, let me give you your flowers. Real shit. For like the 6th time since you've been doing this show in 4 years, you've been correct.
I still don't think the roster's better. I mean, because they won.
No.
Did that make the roster better?
Results-oriented business.
Listen, they starting 5 definitely played better than the Suns starting 5 after game 2.
Hold on. Wait.
Avery his props.
Wait, but listen what you just said. The starting 5 played better after game 2. So,
but listen,
so
even
walking
being
in,
down 2-0, even being down 2-0, Avery still said the Bucks had he believed the Bucks had the better starting 5.
But going into it, so I'm going to ask the question again. So the Bucks starting 5 is better than the Suns starting 5.
All I will say is that it's results oriented. I mean, the Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl and they undefeated. Doesn't matter. I'm just really trying to say that's what it's all about. No. I'm really not trying to throw no shots or nothing. But it's all about results. It don't matter what you have a better roster on paper.
But that's the question we're talking about. The question was, the statement
better
was
roster.
Better roster. That's what's the question.
Better starting 5.
Better starting 5.
Yeah, better starting 5 matters in basketball. In football, you just got to win 1 game. In basketball, you got to win 4. And yes, I do agree. Like, after watching how it played out, the Bucks starting 5 looked better. The wing players made more plays. They were more ready to play. You're more ready to play. That means, in the moment, you are better. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I think Avery was 100% correct.
And like I said, I was basing that off of you got a shortened lineup in the finals. If you got to win 4 games with a 5, I was just saying, yo, I thought the Bucks 5 was better. Now let's not kid ourselves. Yo, the Greek Freak, give him his flowers. Kid played a great series. Like he had a very great series. I think perhaps the same things that we were talking about and giving Monty credit for, he may have had some shortcomings in those last 4 games. So. And that's why we talked about it last week, how, every game in the finals takes on a different shape. Every single game. It's not like it's a string of 3 games. You win 5 straight and, they a good team. Nah, you win 1 game, they're going to win the finals. You lose the next, we in trouble. So that's kind of like the spin that it takes. But shout to the Bucks, man. Greek Freak was not afraid of being humble. He was not afraid of living in that moment, not afraid of failing. I give that guy a lot of credit. And I give Chris Middleton a lot of credit as well, because I think one of the biggest knocks on Chris Middleton was, the kid just could not play well away from the crib. You know what I mean? Right. And in that game 5, he showed up when he needed to. So and Drew Holiday as well. So I think, you got to give the Bucks their credit. They the champs. So shout out to the Bucks.
Squad showed up.
And let me just say, shout out to the Suns too. Like, they didn't have, that's like not a failure. You know what I mean? To lose 4 straight, that's got to sting. But I don't think it's a knock on them that they lost the finals to the Bucks.
Well, what you saying that, AB? What do y'all say about the Suns coming up short?
They won't be there again.
Yeah. Oh, well, listen, both teams won't be there again. As far as the Suns go, to answer your question, Mark, I think it was definitely a lack of adjustments. Like, I'm gonna go back to I believe it was game 5 where, as soon as Devin Booker got the rock, everyone knew he wasn't passing. From the 3rd quarter on, and that's when you're supposed to make the adjustment. Like, you got to be ready for the double team, and that double team came at the right time. At the end, Drew Holiday stole the ball, and then we seen what happened from there. Like, they made great adjustments. The Bucks. The Bucks made great adjustments, man, and it's like it was a flip-flop. Everything we said about the Suns going into game 3 and what we said about the Bucks just went the other way, and it was crazy to watch. It was crazy to watch Monty, to me, not make no in-game adjustments. It's, we just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. What's going to happen? They didn't form a wall against Greek Freak. They didn't do none of that. I think the roster also helps with not forming that wall, because dudes was hitting shots, and you want to stay on the shooters. But all right, Banks is out, thank God.
Shout to Banks.
But yeah, man, it was just crazy to see.
Yeah, but now I'll say this though: what's the wildest thing is that the first 2 games that we saw it, we was talking about how much the Suns moved the ball, like their ball movement was nuts. And after, I want to say they tried in game 3. Game 3.
Yeah, game 4 was a wrap.
Game 4 would just seem different. Like, they just seem like a different
But
team.
did you notice the ball movement in game 6 to start the game, and they went up 13, and then it seems like
and then they just
they never found that rhythm again after that. And the game was like 5 points here, 3 points there, but they never got control of the game. And then the 4th quarter came, and then it was a wrap. You could just see the Bucks. Somebody said that the Bucks wanted it more. I never understand that. That statement to me never makes sense when you're talking about professionals. Now, if you're talking about pickup basketball, that's a different conversation. But when you're talking about pros, somebody wanting it more, that statement never makes sense to me.
I disagree with you, Mark. I disagree. Here's why I feel that way, and it's crazy that I'm about to say this. The Bucks players found whatever you want to call it to step up. Listen, I seen my boy Chris Paul go in the corner time after time after time like he didn't want the rock. I seen him with the ball in his hands looking very uncomfortable. Avery started off this whole thing saying how the Greek wasn't afraid of the moment, wasn't afraid to fail. He was going to the basket knowing they're going to put me on this line, and I'm going to shoot these free throws, and I'm just going to live with the results. I didn't see that from my boy. And when I did see it, it was too late. And that's when I felt like the Bucks players, they just wanted it more. Like, we're not afraid of the moment. We're not afraid to fail.
Perception is not reality. Unless you're in the locker room, unless you're on the bench, unless you are listening to what's going on, for fans to sit from afar and say that these dudes don't want it or somebody wants it more, it is just it is just how we try to understand what's going on.
I
disagree with that.
I look at how the Bucks hustled. They out hustled them.
That doesn't mean
like
somebody wants it more. Listen to the statement. Just stick to the statement.
Wait. I hear what you're saying. To me, as a ball player, Mark, I'm sorry. If
I just said
hustling
you've never played professional ball, Leaf. I'm talking about. Listen, yes, you do. But see, wait. It's easy to say you don't care when you've never been in that situation. It's easy from afar to have that perception. That's what I said. I'm not saying. This is what I said. It's easy to have that without being in the moment. You're not in the locker room. You can't sit and say that somebody wants it more without knowing. That's the assumption on how it might look, but that's not factual, and people are running with that.
Hold on, does that mean that we can't say that about him? Go ahead, Avery.
Let me jump in. So, Mark, I think we're playing a little semantics. I get what you're saying.
It's not semantics. It's a statement. How's it semantics?
You're saying is in someone's mind, you can't tell me that someone wants it more than me. What I'm telling you, and I think what Leaf is trying to illustrate is saying, yo, when you observe the effort, when you observe the hustle plays, when you observe the carelessness of taking care of the ball on certain ends, and you observe that hustle from the Bucks, they look like a completely team. So that's
okay. Hold on. Let me ask you a question, Abe. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask a question.
Like they wanted it more.
Let me ask you a question. Did the Suns hustle for the ball at all?
Of course they did. I'm not saying that they didn't.
So listen again. If again the statement, and I understand where it comes from. I understand where fans get it from. At the end of the day, it is perception, because the only thing I'm saying is you don't know that. That's not a factual statement.
Everything is perception, Mark. Because we're not in the huddle.
That's why I made the statement, because I know it's perception.
Hold on. When we sit here and we question leadership, no one do this.
Listen, I just said, that's why I stated, I know it's perception. To say that it's not and it's reality, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, you can't call it reality because you don't know that.
No, I don't think we call it reality. I think, like I said, I think we're calling it an observation. To say, yo,
but the observation is a perception.
But just like, no, it's not, because it's just like when you say, yo,
hold on. Avery, the observation isn't your perception?
No, here's why. Because when you observe something, right, you're observing something and you're looking at it, and the example I was giving you is, if a guy looks tired, right, if a guy looks tired and you say, yo, it looks like that guy's gassed, that's an observation that you can say, yo, if Chris Paul is running to the corner and not making
if Chris Paul comes out and says that I wasn't tired, then what? What is that observation?
Yeah, but you sure look like it. Come on,
man. No. Go back to the question I just asked. If Chris Paul says I'm not tired, then what is the observation? That was your what?
The observation is. Let me tell you what the observation is. As an athlete, he's not going to tell you he's tired.
You ain't answering the question. You're skirting the question. What would the observation be? Would be your perception of what you saw? That doesn't make it accurate. That's my point. Again, you observing something doesn't mean that observation is correct.
Listen, what's what I'm saying? You're taking an observation in sports and you're trying to make it a literal thing. And that's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying here is, when you say, yo, this.
How am I making it literal if I said it's your perception?
No.
How is I making it literal? That's not a literal statement.
Wait. You started your argument by saying that it's a narrative that fans.
I didn't say narrative. I never used the word narrative. We can rewind this back. I never used the word narrative.
Rewind the tape. You started out by saying that it's not realistic to say that one team wants it more than the other.
I said this statement is used a lot, but without knowing for a fact, that is perception. That is fans' perception on how they see it. And I said I understand it.
Listen, here's what I perceive. Here's what I perceive. All right, then, Mark. Here's what I perceive.
That's fine.
The Suns. I seen the Suns looking like they're about to get some fast break points, and the Bucks got back on defense and stopped it. And on the other side, no one from the Suns was running back when the Bucks was getting them fast break baskets. I seen the Bucks out hustle them on the offensive board. I seen the Bucks out hustle them to loose balls. And to me, that team wanted it more.
Okay,
They
now
look like the hungrier team.
Now I'm going to ask a question on the other side. Did you see any hustle out of the Suns at all?
When it mattered, no.
No.
When it mattered, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
My opinion.
Okay.
When it mattered, that's my perception. Let me correct that. When it mattered, no. That's my perception.
Okay.
I'm with Avery on that one.
Because what I always go back to, when we look at something, we don't look at it on both sides. Because if you go back to Game 5, what was the point margin? I mean, what was the point differential in the Game 5 loss?
4 or 5, because they hit like 2. No, yeah, they hit 2 free throws at the end. Yeah.
Very tight game. Game 4, another tight game. Again, it's easy to say that somebody wanted it more.
I'm not going to do that.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish, because you're not pointing out. You're not making points to say, okay, this is what the Suns. Because again, when you talk about hustle points, you aren't arguing both sides of the hustle point, because you're only looking from one side.
You just said what the point differential is. Let's talk about the turnovers, Mark. Let's talk about that for a second. That's carelessness with the rock. Am I right or wrong? Is that not carelessness with the ball? Is that not?
But you don't even have to argue that when the game is that close, right? Coaches say this all the time. It's the 50-50 plays that make the difference. When the game is that close, those points where somebody hustled to the ball harder, they got those 50-50 balls. That's those are usually the teams that win, and coaches say that continually in the press conference.
Do you know the 50-50 differential between both teams? I'm going to ask y'all that question. Do you know the numbers?
I know what it is.
I have a great example.
Listen, wait. Listen to the question. Do you have the stats of the hustle points between both teams?
No.
That's all I'm asking, because again, if you're going to weigh it out, let's look at both sides before we jump up and say that the hustle points was on one side only without looking at both sides. That's why I said the statement doesn't stand.
Let me give you.
Nobody said it was on one side only.
No, yes, you was away. Yes, they did.
I want to give a great example. I want to give a great example.
Go ahead.
Jrue Holiday steals the ball from Devin Booker. He throws the alley to Greek. He gets an and one. How does Greek Freak, as the shooter, misses the free throw and is able to tap his miss back out to Chris Middleton? That's one play. A team wanted it more. A free throw. No one boxed out the shooter. You're trying to tell me at that point of the game, this is basketball 101. No one boxed out the shooter. And another thing, at the end of the game, hold on, Chris Paul said, we all knew he was going to miss the free throw. There's no way in hell he's supposed to get the rebound.
I'm going to ask the question. So that one example means that the Bucks wanted it more. That's what the example means.
No,
okay.
There's a million of examples, though, Mark.
No, hold on, but wait. But if the examples you're only giving is on one side, I said to you, you have to give me both sides of the ledger to show me that one team wanted it more. You're only going to highlight the team you are talking about.
No, you're highlighting the team that won. Stop it. Stop blasphemy.
I just said that. I said you're only highlighting one side. So wait. So wait. So wait. No, that's not what. Listen, follow me again. Are you highlighting the plays that the Suns made where they out-hustled the Bucks? You're not doing that. Because again,
because they lost. What are we talking about here?
Okay.
All
right, y'all.
What are we talking about here?
All right, y'all. This hold on. Again, it goes back to the statement you said, because they won, they wanted it more.
No, that's not what I said. I'll say it again. The Bucks look like they wanted it more. That was my statement.
Based on what?
Based off hustle, based off Devin Booker, flailing his arms like he got fouled, not getting back on defense, based off turnovers. Come on, Mark.
So hold on. Avery, the only question that I have for you is this. So none of that happened on the Bucks side. That was only on one side. That's what I'm asking you.
Yo, Mark, listen.
We all have.
What's the next subject, bro?
We all have eyes, and we all can see when we're watching the game what a team looks like that's hustling more. That looks like the hungrier team. I don't have to look at stats to know what team I see is hustling more, which team I perceive is playing harder. I can see that with my eyes. I don't need a stat sheet to see that.
100%. Yo, the Hawks wanted the series more than the Sixers. I said that. I said it. That's what it is.
That doesn't mean it's factual or actual. That's your perception of what you think you saw. That's all it is.
All right.
So, Mark,
I know what turnovers are. I know what that is.
Mark,
Turnovers has nothing to do with will. Turnovers has nothing to do with will. Turnovers has nothing to do with will. Okay?
I think I disagree with you.
Hold on. We'll be right back, y'all. Hold on. We'll be right back, y'all.